Hey there, it's Leigh here from Martinuzzi Property Group with your weekly real estate market update. I hope you're having a fantastic week and thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get into it. As at the end of July, the total value for residential real estate across Australia has risen to an incredible $10.9 trillion. Now that's up from around $9 trillion before the start of the pandemic, so that's come a long way. Now, while we've seen property price growth slow this year since the start of the year, we're still seeing some very positive movements in the marketplace. Now, I for one believe that the future of the price growth going forward will really depend on what the RBA, the Reserve Bank of Australia, does next with that cash rate. Now, many experts, including the big four banks, as I reported last week, are predicting a rate cut either later this year or early next year, which could obviously further stimulate the property market. Now, I, for one, have my concerns about, dropping that cash rate because whilst it'll reduce the interest rates for current mortgage holders, this is great. I feel like it's going to be a bit of a double-edged sword because it will stimulate more demand into the marketplace. It'll push prices higher and that'll make it unaffordable for many trying to enter the market. And it will likely push inflation back up as well. In other news, new home lending rose in July, so it's up 3.9%. And Australians are buying about $1 billion worth of property every day. $1 billion, that's huge. So $1 billion every day, investors making a big comeback. New home buyers are making a bit of a comeback as well. Investors lending actually is up 35% compared to this time last year. So I think it shows that there is a lot of confidence in the marketplace. And it shows also that there's a lot of strong demand still. And the one issue that we still tackle, and I don't think we're going to catch up anytime soon, is the supply issue. There's a lack of property availability, and yet the demand seems to be there, and if not growing coming into spring. In terms of price growth, Perth is leading the way. They've had a massive 24.5% increase in property values over the past year, with Adelaide and Brisbane following closely behind at about 15%, and here on the Sunshine Coast about that as well. Asking prices are up in the country now. Asking prices are what vendors are expecting to sell for. And they're up in Brisbane, for example, by 20%. So that's what they're now asking this year as opposed to last year. Those price expectations are up. And that shows that seller confidence is quite firm as well. And lastly is the poll by ANZ Roy Morgan. Now, last week I reported on that. This week it's up again. It's up 1.8 points to 84.1 points, and that's close to the 85-point benchmark. Now, we might just top that benchmark soon. We've been under it for 85 consecutive weeks, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next with that. So all signs based on what's in my report this week, and again, you can check out my report at martinuzzi.com.au and have a good read of that. There's some charts in there as well, which I like charts, don't know about you, but I think they're pretty cool. Have a read of that report. There's a lot of information in there that suggests that spring is going to be fairly busy. We're going to have some good demand coming into the market. There's going to be a few more sellers coming to the market as well, so that's going to give buyers a little bit more choice, and I think that's a good thing. But we're still ultimately going to see a supply-demand balance issue, and I think that's going to continue to push prices slightly higher, and vendors are going to be able to hold on to their price expectations as well. But that's it from me today. Thank you for tuning in again. And if there's anything you need, we're here to help at MPG. We're here to help you live more fully, have more meaning, and find more joy on your next property journey. Have a great day.